let's get into our next topic. We talked about Kyler Murray before on this show. And it looks like Kyler Murray is once again the head of a problem. The Cardinals fired Kliff Kingsbury, who took a one-way ticket to Thailand, turned down a bunch of offers to stay in the NFL.
Nobody's heard from him since, right?
Yeah, no one's heard from him since. But apparently he's enjoying it in Thailand.
Well, good for him.
and the Cardinals are in search of the next head coach. And the next head coach is taking longer than expected because of Kyler Murray's extension. They do not want to be bound to Kyler Murray for 4 years. It's as simple as that. So their head coaching find is taking much longer than anticipated. So I'm going to ask you, based on the struggles of finding a head coach for the Cardinals, do you think that Kyler Murray will stay the Cardinals franchise quarterback if and when they finally find their next head coach?
I think he's there for next year, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and he'll probably play out, how long has he got on his contract?
I believe it's 4 years left.
4 years left? I think probably 2 years anyway. He's got to make a major rebound here. He's got to stay healthy, and he's got to win some games and not make mistakes. Like a playoff game he got into. My God, that was horrendous. And and I think he needs to tone it down some too. He was arguing with the coach on the sideline there. I think that stuff's got to go away. And I don't know. We'll see how well he comes back from quite a serious injury there. He had the torn ACL, so there's a lot for him. He's got some hurdles to get over to get back to when his early seasons there, where he looked like he was headed to be a Hall of Famer.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, he played very well.
He did.
If he kept up the way he was playing the first couple of years, I think that you wouldn't be talking about him like this.
I think the way the Cardinals should go is, like you said, get a head coach. That's the first thing, obviously. Have Kyler Murray play 1 year. And then because Kliff Kingsbury didn't really trust Kyler Murray doesn't even trust Kyler Murray. He's afraid to run the ball now. Then how is this main piece of
he won't be running it next year, right? He's not coming back until like November.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Right?
He's coming back about week 8 to 10, I believe it is.
So I don't know who have they got to play while he's gone.
They may have Colt McCoy
again.
Still.
Really? I'd be surprised if they go with him.
Don't they have David Blau? Is I call
Blau?
Yeah,
David Blau.
Yeah, I think they might have him.
I don't think either of those guys.
Of course not. They're backups and third strings.
Yeah, they're going to try to get somebody.
Right? But here's what I would do. What I would do is start David Blau or whoever else you have at quarterback, someone not good. Tank, because you can't come out and say you're tanking. Go get Caleb Williams next year. So Kyler Murray actually has some sort of competition. Because Caleb Williams will probably be the number 1 overall pick next draft. So you go up. If Kyler Murray comes back in week 10, he plays great. Good for you. You come in, you win. Maybe let's say he comes back in week 10. So you have 8 games, week 10 to week 18 or whatever. So you have him come in, have him play. If he wins, 5 or 6 games, so be it. Wait till let's see how he looks at the beginning of next year. Have him play maybe that season, so you have 2 years with Kyler Murray. But have Caleb Williams when or if Kyler Murray falls apart again or gets hurt. So that's the thing, because I think Kyler Murray right now, the major stepping stone was he goes from being a great passer to adding a run game to it. But then he fell off in that Rams playoff game where he was afraid to run the ball. And this season, he was afraid to run the ball. And then even, was it in the Patriots game, I believe
he got hurt on a running play.
Was it the Patriots game or was it the...
Yeah, the Patriots game.
Yeah. He did something like...
Non-contact injury?
Yeah, it was a non-contact injury. But
it was a running play, though. He ran it.
It didn't look like he was even that confident when he was running the ball.
Yeah.
I still think he's afraid to get hit when he runs it. And, I mean, take a look at Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen's much bigger than Kyler Murray, but take a look at Lamar Jackson. He's running into guys. He's not sliding. He's doing full contact. And Josh Allen is taking even that a step further. He won't slide. He will bang into people constantly, which is actually a very, very dangerous way to play.
I think so, too.
But, if Kyler Murray's afraid to run the ball, it's the same thing with Russell Wilson. A huge part of a huge positive part of the game is extending plays, running the ball. Lamar Jackson does it, even though he's not a great thrower. Justin Fields does it, even though he's not a great thrower. Kyler Murray has an arm, and he has legs. He doesn't need his legs, just like Russell Wilson doesn't need his legs. But that enhances their game to a level that makes it significantly more difficult to beat him or to recognize the play. So
he's somebody that can save a play with his legs.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
When he can't find anybody, he can scramble around back there until the play is so crazy and they find somebody that's unguarded.
He did that against.
He's done that quite a number of times.
He did that against the Raiders this past year. In was it the last play in the fourth quarter or whatever? He was scrambling around and around, and then he finally found somebody.
Yeah.
So Kyler Murray can do that.
He's a talent.
He just doesn't do it.
Just we got to see what happens next. I just think the way they did his contract extension with that clause in there, you need to watch
4 hours of film. Was it a day? Oh, it was a week, and not even a day.
Yeah, I think that was something that annoyed him a lot, and probably didn't do much for his relationship with Kingsbury.
Here's what I'm going to say. He won the first power struggle. He got Kingsbury out of there. The next one's going to be on him.
Yeah, it is. And
it ain't going to be on the next head coach.
That's right.
So
and the next head coach isn't going to want to tank, right? He's going to want to come in there and do the best he can. He wants to win some games. So it'll be interesting to see what they do at quarterback and before Murray comes back.
You know what I'm wondering? Have the Cardinals... I mean, I could look this up, but I want to get your reaction on it. Have the Cardinals interviewed Steve Wilks yet? Because he was the head coach, I believe, like a decade ago, and he went like 3-13.
Yeah.
Could they maybe think about bringing him back? Because he was right up there with Frank Reich for the Panthers job. So should they? Do you think they should try to go for Steve Wilks?
I think he should be interviewed. He did a great job with the Panthers.
Yeah. So
I'm surprised the Panthers didn't pick him.
I don't know. That just crossed my mind. I'm actually kind of curious who the Cardinals have been interviewing. Because I haven't really heard much about Cardinals interviews. Aaron Glenn. I'm not familiar with Aaron Glenn.
Really? They're interviewing him?
Who? The Detroit Lions defensive coordinator?
That's what I was going to say.
The Lions have the 32nd ranked defense in the league. The Cardinals are I told you they're tanking.
Yeah.
Also, Mike Kafka, who I believe that's the Jets, the Giants OC, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Cardinals are tanking. The Cardinals.
No, they're having a hard time finding a coach, I guess.
You know why?
Sounds like a pretty good option.
You know why? They have the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator who ranked 32nd in defense, and they're bringing in Mike Kafka, who is Daniel Jones's OC this year, who I think was more Brian Daboll than anything else. But what do I know?